Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is a bit of a late morning because today is going to be the last day of harvest. I don't know, those are some dangerous words. I've only got 10 hectares of peas to go, but absolutely anything could happen in those 10 hectares. So let's just hope everything hangs together and we can get done. Now, I might just take a bit of fossil juice over with me because I think I'd probably get finished, but I really don't want to fall short and have to come back. Okay, let's get out of here and go and harvest some peas. I harvested the vetch in there a few days ago. It was only 20 hectares just for seed, but I didn't film any of that because the passion was waning. The passion was waning to hold the camera, so the last bit of legumes that we've had to harvest has dragged out for like 2 weeks, honestly, with cleaning those beans and everything, and it's just been a bit of a struggle, but nevertheless we're almost home now and it feels good, but it also kind of feels a bit sad at the same time. It's like this thing that has consumed your life for 2 months basically, and then all of a sudden it's done. It's finished. What do you do then? Got to get your mind busy again on something else. Last dip for the year. So that is it. You're looking at it. About 10 hectares there to go. So, are you guys ready for this? Because I'm not so sure that I am. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous about this. And there's a bit of a story behind that. So just bear with me a second. So that story is that this particular paddock was seeded to peas. It was seeded to peas as a break crop, put nitrogen back into the soil, clean up the grasses. We planted peas in here initially with the intention of just grazing them off. And we sort of thought if there was enough decent peas left out here on the flat near the road, at the end of the season we'd come and harvest them. Just that way Dad has some peas to feed to the sheep. It's a good protein source in the drier months. If you know anything about sheep, they love the higher ground, so they always tend to hang out up here, and they flog that out pretty well, and then out here on the flat they tend to leave it a bit untouched. And we thought, well, if we can get away with harvesting a few peas off there, that would be really great. But the problem was the season was just so good that, well, we never put sheep in here, and we just let them go through to harvest. Well, the problem with that is that we never rolled the paddock. We never rolled the paddock because we thought, well, out on the flat there's no rocks anyway, it doesn't really matter. We roll the paddock to smooth it out, to push any rocks or anything like that back into the dirt. Well, up on the side of the hill there's plenty of rocks up there, so she's a little nerve-wracking. Just going to have to take it real easy, and I'm probably going to leave a bit behind here and there, which doesn't really matter. The sheep will clean that up, but we just got to hope that we get through. So can't blame anyone but ourselves. Just going to have to pray that we get through relatively unscathed for the last 10 hectares. So pretty much I just have to be completely dialed in all the time, scanning across the front here, looking for any rocks or anything that could be worrisome to me. Which, look, honestly, when the peas are lying on the ground it seems virtually impossible, like you're wasting your time, but I just have to really, really, really pay attention in here. And I don't know if you guys noticed my 3 ratchet straps across the front here. Because we got no top cross auger, I think I've talked about this before, but that's the only thing that stops the peas feeding and going in the front and then straight over the back of it. They come in and they push up against the back plate, and then they go up into the ratchet strap, and then they get forced along the belts into the middle. Without those straps there, I'd be having a really, really hard time harvesting these. So you might want to just bear with me today, guys, because there could be some action. There could be some action and some frustration, but I've already skipped over 2 sort of rocks about that big up the top there, so As long as I keep skipping over them, that's the main thing. Well, I finally got something, so let's see what treats we've picked up. I really am at the area of the paddock that I would call the danger zone, so I'm not surprised. I knew there'd be trouble up here. Maybe I got lucky and I just blocked up, but I doubt it. Well, there was nothing there, but I got a feeling there's something up the feeder house, so let's see what we got. Oh yeah, there's something definitely in there. It went up. I'm just sort of hoping that it's in the rock trap, so we'll go have a look. Plenty of little rocks in there. Not really what I like to see. Those smaller rocks aren't too bad. It's the big whoppers that we got to look out for. So if I scoop up one of those, she's going to be retractable fingers over kind of thing. I tell you, I don't know whether I was filming. I was harvesting vetch on the hill just on the other side of that old house there, and I picked up a big rock. I don't know whether I smashed out the retractable fingers then or not, but maybe I was harvesting peas there, I can't remember, but I reckon I smashed out on the old CTS about 6 in one go. Just picked up a huge rock and it came round, came into the middle, bang, retractable fingers going everywhere. So yeah, if you were looking for all the answers to the hard-hitting questions, yeah, you can harvest peas without a top cross auger on your front. Although the heavier the pea crop, the more challenging it will be. So anywhere where this crop's really thick, it's pretty hard work. You got to slow down and take it pretty easy. But anywhere it's a bit thinner, mate, she goes through fine. The hawks are trying to get some dinner, by the looks of it. I'll flush the last few quails out of here and they might get lucky. Almost there, but it's a long way when anything can happen at the top of that hill. I really did save the best part of the paddock until last, didn't I? Yeah, it's shocking here. Top this sucker off. And then it really is the final frontier. That little triangle there. Picked something up. Well, the end of harvest has drawn a crowd. There's a kangaroo just perched just over that little rise over there. You can just see his head. He stood up before, he's just watching the header go up and back the paddock. It's a little strange because normally when they see a big machine like this, they just take off, but he's just laying down on the side of the hill over there, hanging out, chilling out. Literally have one or two little passes there to do. And what do? Pick up a rock or something. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's a beauty too. Probably the biggest one I've seen all day. I knew I was in a bad spot. That's got to be one of the biggest ones I've seen today. Now, I'm not too sure. I had a couple of retractable fingers missing. I don't know whether that one there was already missing, but I'm kind of hoping that it was because, well, I think it just went in and jammed on the drum right there, which would be nice. That'll be a good result. Don't think I'll forget about you. I'll come back for you. Think it sounds okay. Well, this is it, guys. The final strip for 2022 harvest, even though it's 2023 now, but you know, still call it 2022 because we're not ever really harvesting 2022's crop in the new year very often. That is it. Almost there. Pretty successful day, really. Pretty happy that I didn't manage to do too much damage to anything. Oh, yes, done. That's it. Right, run over, pick up my ute. I might give this a bit of a blow off on the feeder house. We'll drop the front off onto the trailer. We're done, baby. Woo! 2022 will be a year that will go down in the history books. It's been unbelievable for so many reasons. You know, firstly from the yields to just the challenge that was harvest. It's just like nothing we've ever seen before. We've just not seen that volume of rain in that amount of time. Yeah, we've not seen yields like that in wheat before, just unbelievable. This looks like a good spot to have a lie down for a while. I could hang out here, pop a top, pop a cold one, I think. But yeah, I don't know, some people get funny talking about yields, but I don't really care. I mean, I'll say like my wheat averaged 6.7 tonne to the hectare this year. I mean, our previous best was 6 tonne to the hectare in 2020, and my best yielding wheat crop went 7.5 tonne to the hectare, which is just I mean, that's unbelievable. And then to top that off, the fava beans went 5.2 tonne to the hectare. I don't think these peas are going to break any records. The barley didn't break any records, but, well, it did. One paddock broke a record, but overall yield, you know, probably averaged around that 5 tonne to the hectare. So just a unbelievable year. It's going to be good to put harvest behind us. It's so late into January already. I don't even know what the day is, but you know, it's the 20th of January. It's nice to have the header half serviced and cleaned and put away and be thinking about what we're doing for seeding. And at the moment, haven't even given seeding a thought. So really need to turn our focus to seeding now. And you know, like I always say, we like to be ready for seeding by the end of March, just in case we get a big rain. We want to put some vetch or something in, so that's going to come around real quick, you know. We're talking 10 weeks maybe at the most, so we got to start moving and shift focus pretty quick now. But yeah, as I said, we left the worst paddock till last, and I'm kind of glad that when we tried to harvest these peas, we were having trouble with too much green in them still, because it was pretty brutal. It was pretty harsh on the header and everything coming in here and reaping them, so it was good to probably do them last. But as I said, good to be done now. So Henry, what's your thoughts about 2023? How's the season going to go this year? What are we looking at? Well, I'm glad you asked. No, I think this year we're going to get brought back to reality a little bit after the last 3 years we've been living on cloud 9 in our area. I think the outlook for the season ahead is of a drier one. So we're going to have to be on the ball early. We're going to have to just make the most of our opportunities and hope we get enough moisture at the right time of the year. I mean, nobody can really predict the weather that well that far out, but you know, you can follow trends, and it's looking like a drier one this year. So, you know, we're due for one. You know, the way things have been here the last 3 years, you're not going to be complaining if you get a dry one now. I mean, you'll be complaining, but I mean, you know one's coming sooner or later. So, lots of work to be done, but we'll get it done. Don't you worry about that. Okay guys, I am going to go run this fuel cart back, probably pick that up, we'll come back and take that ute back with the comb trailer on, and yeah, then I've got an early dinner to attend to tonight, so I might just leave this video here. Thank you very much for watching the videos, thanks for watching all the harvest videos if you've been keeping up with them, and yeah, I really appreciate everyone who takes the time to sit down and watch them all. Have a good one everyone, and we'll see you next time.